All right. So we give thanks for this moment in time. Let's go ahead and open up with a word of prayer, giving thanks for this evening, this gathering of like minds, acknowledging the cycles and seasons of life. We give thanks for this new moon period. We give thanks for these opportunities for us to tune into ourselves, give thanks, purify ourselves, cleanse ourselves, release those things that may be limitations and blockages in our lives, and open ourselves up so that we can be lifted, so that we can be um, amplified and expanded, so that we can really live out our lives in a beautiful way. We give thanks in advance for what's to come out of this session, the divine assignments that we're being given for this new moon phase. I pray that we're able to be obedient and walk out our assignments in the best way, and may it be fruitful for us, all of the efforts that we're doing. And may we consistently stay reminded that this work is not just for us. This work is for the main purpose of being, and that is being a child of God. That is what this work is for. Not just for our peace, not just for our abundance, not just for any of those things, but to really be a vessel to show the face of God. We give thanks. Ashe, amen. Amen, 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 amen. All right. Let's jump into it. Two things I want to highlight here this evening for this new moon is that it is in Leo energy. Shout out to our Leos. And we're also in the midst of what is considered to be the Lion's Gate. And that's gonna be up into August. So we're in that gate now. A lot of people are looking at it as August 8th. That is a significant day as well, the 8th, because it's the numerology 8, which is a nice number when it comes to the numerology of it, in representation of so many different things, including the vibrations of infinity, which is the limitless potential, infinite. The figure 8 is infinite, has no stop, it has no beginning. It's just infinite. And so that's a nice vibe. But 8-8, and this is 2024, so that's 888. So we're looking at the numerology of 8 full blown on August the 8th. So just take note of that. I don't know, I vibe with spirit when it comes to doing specific things on these different significant days. So there might be something that I do, but if I don't, please put it in your calendar right now. 8-8, August the 8th. And the way that it is 8-8-8 is 8, 8, and then 2024 is an 8. Okay? Because it's 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4. And that's 8. So it's 8-8-8. All right. So mark your calendar for that. I would say on that day, if you're not doing anything else, I would say, or if you don't come up with anything, then I would say a general exercise for you to do is a gratitude journaling in the morning, or whenever, just gratitude journaling, and also some intention settings, however that looks for you, whether that's vision boarding, scripting, or just doing some visualization meditation. Just do some intention setting and attune into the self during this Lion's Gate. And I think it is, I think it's beautiful that we have that gate and that day of that 8 after we have come into this new moon energy, which, I probably should do it. I don't know. I won't make no plans. It is on a Thursday, isn't it? I thought it was. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do something. Maybe I will. So just stay tuned. I'll let y'all know, because I might do a prosperity circle. We'll see. Anywho, but it's beautiful that that day is coming after the new moon phase, in what we're going to be talking about tonight, this Leo energy, and in conjunction with so many different things happening cosmically. It's a lot going on with Mars, the action planet. And so it's a few conjunctions with Venus that's happening, that's impacting our resources and money. With Mars, that's impacting like emotions and climax areas in our life. So it's a lot happening. I won't get into a lot of the astrology of it. I want to get into divine assignment of it. What I would suggest that you do is go and listen to Auntie Pam's astrology report. I'm telling you, I think she's getting like I think the new age is getting her. I mean, she's just becoming better and better at explaining it. And when I say better, I mean the way she's explaining things, I think more people can hear it and understand it. I don't know. It's just something about her language lately that's really like, I'm like, nice. Like, I really am enjoying her astrological reports these days. It just seemed different to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But tune into hers. If you want to know the specific astrology, tune in to Auntie Pam's. She goes in very well. She goes into the specifics if you want to hear. But what I'm going to focus on is what I gather from just vibing myself and knowing what's going on astrologically and putting two and two together kind of thing. This is the divine assignment I feel that we're being called to focus in on, right? Along with, of course, your own personal divine assignments. I want to be clear and I want to encourage you as you get these divine assignments from me, still tune into yourself and ask yourself, what are my unique, specific divine assignments during this season? Maybe considering the information that you hear tonight, but just in general, your inner guidance system is always talking to you. So pay attention. There's a few things that has been coming up in my consciousness, and it came up super present in the last few days. And I'm like, okay, I need to stay on top of this. I need to make sure I do this. I already told y'all last full moon, one of the things is being a good steward with my resources, with my finances. And I love that it's coming up this way because it's coming up just as a divine assignment, not as a struggle. Oftentimes we get into the space of doing those type of things when a problem happens or you start to feel a stress. There's not a problem. There's not a stress. There's a calling. So I know it's real. I know I need to pay attention because if it keep coming up in my consciousness, then I need to pay attention. And that's how we want to pay attention in your life. So that's for my life. That may be for yours too. But in my realm, my divine guide or my divine inner guidance system is pointing me towards a few things, including finance, including food. I have been, you would think I have been having like a increase in passion around eating natural, organic, and local because I have a garden, but it's that may play a role in it, but it's just been on my mind to shop more at not just eat the food from here, but finding other local farmers and shopping with them and really continuing to transition from having a lot of my items come from the grocery store and really challenging myself. It's just been in my consciousness. It hasn't been something that has been like beaten upside the head, but it has been in my consciousness. So when I heard Auntie Pam say something about it today, I said, look at that. She said the same as that thing. She's like, you need to get to know your local farmers. I was like, wow, and it really has been on my mind. So, I think it's a confirmation that we're in a beautiful position because what's the chances of your spiritual ministry having a garden connected to it? When, any expert astrologist, one of the main things they're saying that a lot of the astrology is pointing to is we all need to get to more sustainable practices, more sovereign living. Like everybody is saying, either learn how to grow or get to know your local farmers. But one of the greatest things we can do is learn how to grow. They're all saying it, you know what I mean? And they're saying drop into the heart space and spend more time in nature and stay on your ego. All of this is the language. And we have a headquarters that assist us in being able to do that. I just think it's beautiful. I think it's, even if you're not in Atlanta, I feel like that's a confirmation. That should be a confirmation to you, or it could be. I shouldn't say should be. That could be a confirmation to you that you're linked up with the right people, right vibe, you know, right ministry for you. I feel like that is a confirmation. All right. So the divine assignment that I'd like to offer, keyword here is personal sovereignty. Establishing or expanding your personal sovereignty. So I want y'all to write that down. Personal sovereignty. Now I want somebody to go, if you're on your computer, or if you can come out of this screen and not hang us up, and go and look it up. Go find the word sovereignty. Copy and paste it in the chat. Definition. Sovereignty or sovereign. Sovereignty or sovereign. So somebody do that and put it in the chat room. We, in this new moon, as we have this energy where it's really, truly such a powerful, vibrant manifestation energy that we're working with right now. Because we're talking about the times in general where we're in this new earth phase, where it's like we're in almost like a void of course type energy, where we're really in a space of infinite potential, dormant potential, a great opening space. We're in this space of womb. It's like we're in a womb energy right now. Like we're all in a womb. That's why this whole divine feminine, we're in a very much so fertile time right now. And so I feel we have been in a serious preparation for this. Like, you know, go into yourself, notice what you need to let go of, out with the old, in with the new. Get your heart purified, purify the soul, get your mind right, pick a side, get off the fence. You know, all of that is preparing us for the time we are in right now. Because we are literally creating the future right now. And we have the capacity to do it in a powerful, beautiful way, where generations who experience 20 years, who experience this life in this physical realm 20 years from now, can experience something so sweet, so beautiful, because of the work we're doing right here and now. And the results won't just come in 20 years. This is an immediate thing for you. It's really a time that where you can choose what you are, who you are, what life is. Speak it, say to it, be, and it will be. Very Adam vibe, very, very much so name it and claim it type energy. You hear me? Name it and claim it type energy. That's what it really is. But it is calling for us to find our personal sovereignty, because what can also happen, because we're in this interesting space where it's so much potential to manifest and all of this, is still some dismantling happening at the same time. So while we have all of this beautiful energy and the beautiful things going on, we got things that you can look at and see total freak show, total chaos. Seriously, who, I mean, anybody can relate? Here we are, we over here, we can really tune in and really like name it, claim it, really manifest whatever it is. But then you look over here and you see all type of stuff happening. So here's why I believe it's important for us to work on establishing this personal sovereignty. Okay, I see iPhone. I'm imagining that's on Jeanette. I don't see your name, so I'm assuming that's you. Supreme power or authority is what she got from online. Supreme power or authority. That's one of the definitions. So I want to, and in that, I'm looking at what, why does it say supreme power? Why didn't it say just power? This is a significant type of power, right? This is a significant type of power. Let me try to share my screen 1 second. We good? Is it sharing? Yes, it is. Supreme power. Keep that in mind. Supreme power. What does supreme mean? Superior to all others. That's what supreme means. To have personal sovereignty. If you have tapped into your personal sovereignty, you have captured or you have integrated with your personal supreme, superior to all others, your personal supreme power and authority. So there's nothing else that has power above this personal power of yours. Nothing else, no one else, nothing that's happening has an authority like you have authority in your life, in your world, and in this world. That's the vibes of this new moon. It's for us to remember that. Think about that as remember, reconnect, become one with again this personal sovereignty that includes supreme power and authority in your life. And so I want to talk about what maybe we can do to tune into this or establish this or expand this personal sovereignty, depending on what level you at with it. Some of us, we may feel like we have personal sovereignty. Okay, how do we expand that? How do we make that even greater? Some of us may feel like, well, I'm not sovereign within myself. I don't feel like I have like the supreme power is within me. And the I that I'm talking about is not you as this human being or ego, but the I am in you, the I in you. Your Lord, what lords you, has supreme power. Once you establish this personal sovereignty, it's difficult for things to distract you. It also becomes you become rooted and grounded in a way where despite all of the fires happening, you're still progressing in a peaceful, powerful, and abundant way. I feel like we all want that. Am I right? No matter what's going on in this world, I'm able to live out this physical experience peacefully, powerfully, joyously, and abundantly. That takes you to really establish that personal sovereignty. Where for you as a unique being, exactly who you are, how you come into this world, what you come into this world with, what the cards you've been dealt with, and all of that, where you possess the supreme power to walk your plan out, to walk your divine plan out. There's nothing, no government, no circumstance, no situation that can stop your destiny, that can stifle the divine plan and purpose in your life. All right. So this personal power, the first thing during this new moon period, I suggest that you reflect upon is, who am I? Just checking in again. Who am I? What are my values? What qualities do I have? What do I value? What do I naturally value in this life? What are my natural qualities and traits? What's my light? Describe my light. How does your light show up? Does your light show up through courage, through your commitment, through your diligence, through your dedication, through your self-discipline, through your nurturing trait, through your kindness, through your passion, through your strong strength, through your, what does it come through? A thing that maybe can help you with this is look up a list of human qualities, list of human traits to identify you. And it's not necessary for you to go with all the fluffy things. What I mean by that is, we would love to say our qualities is kindness, being loving, trust, this, that, loyalty, blah, 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 blah. But some of our qualities is our steadfastness, also known as stubbornness, when it's vibrating in a low frequency. Some of our qualities could be our curiosity, which could curiosity and creativity, which could come off as fickleness or double-mindedness when it's in this low frequency. Do you understand? So really sitting with yourself, look at the parts that you don't even like, because even a quality is still in your shadow. Please understand that. The minute you realize what the quality is in it, is the minute it'll shift from being a shadow for you, parts of your shadow, or your, what we call shadow, or the parts that we want to fix or change or don't want to be, whatever. The minute you start looking at it and finding the quality in it, you can start living that thing out that is a part of you, whether you like it or not, in a more high frequency. But you got to self-reflect. You got to think it through. Even the things that show up that you don't like, what are the positive sides to those things? Does that make sense? So the first assignment during this new moon period that I'm encouraging you to do, if you feel compelled to do so, is some self-identification. And I'm not talking about the self, the ego self, or the self, that the mask that you put on for this world. I'm talking about these things that have been a part of you. You see it, you feel it. And there was an exercise that I did from a book that I'm reading right now. It said, think about, because they said it's easier for you to think about qualities of other people before you think about it for yourself. But they said, think about people who you admire because of their qualities or their values or whatever. You don't have to admire them a whole lot. It could just be a little admiration, from small admiration to great admirations. Think about all of the people in your life who you, over your lifespan, who you have admired for some reason or another, starting from your childhood all the way up to now. Write down those names, then write down the qualities that you liked about them. From there, notice the qualities that repeat themselves. And then also notice there's a small subset of even those qualities that are really the qualities that resonate with you. Meaning, when you meet people who have those qualities, it's something then you just really are grateful you have met them. You really love, you just feel so grateful that you experienced them in whatever way, shape, or form. And they say in this text that I'm reading that this can help you to identify you, because what you really resonate with and love, you can only identify it because it's a part of you. So you're seeing a mirror, you're seeing a reflection. So these things that you love and it warms your heart and you really feel good about finding people who have these qualities or experiencing those people. These are examples of you. I love how they put that, because that's very helpful for some who may not know how to identify their qualities. I don't really know, or how do I boil them down to, my true subset of qualities of all of these different qualities that we come with, what is really me? Like, this is me and this is how I show up. You may admire discipline. You know, you may even find yourself being disciplined. But is that one of the qualities that really you just love it when you experience someone who is disciplined? No. You may not, you know, that may not trump meeting somebody who is generous, finding somebody who is. My thing is, people who are loving, it does something. I love it. Loving. Mine is people who are encouraging, like holding space for people to feel happy about who they are, holding space for people to feel like they can do something. I love that. Like, I love to find people, and it's only a few people that I can really say I have met that it pours from them. That is just who they are. And I've loved that. So I really do identify with the fact that those I resonate with those type of qualities in people, because that is a part of me. You know, I'm seeing me. I'm able to see God, meaning the version of God that I possess in them. And so I'm able to see me, essentially. So during this new moon, I'm saying, tune into the self. Who are you? What are you? No, like, who are you? What's your values? What's your qualities? Questions like that. What value do you bring to this world? What value have you always brought to this world? And then from there, really begin to, during this new moon period, embody those. Do some reflection and see, are you able to live out who you truly are in your life as it is? And if you can't, in what areas are you not living out who you truly are? And how can you change that? Is there anything that you can do to change that? So if you come up with your list and you saying, you know, you got a list of qualities of maybe, let's just say 10 qualities that you have chosen to stick with, like, these are the ones that really resonate with me. And that is, you know, for mine, it was gentleness, gentle, people who are gentle. I love that. People who are nurturing, people who are loving, people who are committed, passionate, all of those different things. Okay, those are the ones I chose. Now embodying those as myself, implying that is showing me. It's showing me who I am. So now in my mind, I'm thinking, in everything that I'm doing, and being a mother and being a counselor and being an entrepreneur and being all the cards that I've been dealt in this life to be, and being a friend and being a woman and being a Black woman, whatever, all of these different things that we oftentimes get caught up in being and doing things from other people's standards or for other reasons. Now I am doing these things for the sake of living my highest form of myself out. And that is how God expresses itself through you as you who you are. Time is out on living out you who your mama said you are, you who the society makes you to be, you who you supposed to be because that's what you're supposed to be, and because of what? No. Who are you? What part of God body are you supposed to show up as? What traits of the Almighty do you come? You may be one that stirs stuff up. You may be a pot stirrer. People may complain about it. Every time you come around, you stirring stuff up. Every time you come around, you shaking stuff up. What's going on? Every time you come around, you got da-da-da-da-da. People may complain about it, but it's a reason why you show up like that. Look at yourself and see who you are. Give thanks for it. If there are some things that are manifesting on the lower side, all right, reflect on how can I raise this up? How can I make sure I'm living this out on the righteous side? And then from that place, now you are going into being this. So in this new moon, I am essentially saying that we have a potential of being birthed as us through our own conscious mind. Having that rebirth if needed, especially if you feel like you're not living out your highest version of yourself. You're not able to really be who you are. Or if you feel like you don't know truly who you are and what role you play in this life. And when I say role, I mean, are you the nurturer? Are you the encourager? Are you the stirrer upper? Are you, what are you? Are you the some of y'all, you are the one who set the tone. You're the protector, some of you. It just depends. You got to sit with yourself, identify who and what God has made you. Does that make sense? I want to check in because it's a lot in my heart and on my mind, and I'm trying to streamline it. So I just want to make sure I'm clear. So let me just pause, make sure that I'm clear, because if I go into everything, you could feel like we got a lot to do, but we don't have a lot to do. So this attempt is me to streamline to let us know this is what it is. So right now we are being called to take off our shoes, as the Bible would say. Baptize ourselves, as the Bible would say. Touch the hem of the garment. We are being asked to take off our masks. We're being called to take off the cloaks and clothes of the nations who you are not. It is a reason why in the Bible it said, don't take nothing from the nation. Don't marry the women and don't take anything from it. All of these stories that I'm kind of vague, like little touching on a little bit with each one, is implying the type of space we're in right now. A virgin kind of living where I'm living from divine consciousness, divine guidance, divine inspiration solely. And the beautiful thing is we're being challenged to do that while still in the world. Or you can go ahead and tap out right now and become a monk or nun. It's cool too. Or, you know, a hermit somewhere. That's if that's what you feel like God called you to do. But if you don't feel like that's what God called you to do, then you're being called to be as the monk, as the nun, as the within this world, within that what role you play as the daughter, as the nurse, as the program director, as the entrepreneur, as the whatever you are, as the mama, as the father, as the whatever you show up to be. You're being called to do and be that, but be and do as you, solely as you, focused on being you. So I would love for you to do that assignment where you come up with your key traits, boil it down to maybe no more than 10. Even better if you can boil them down to 5. These are qualities of yours. Again, I found it helpful for me to look up lists of qualities so that I can have descriptor words to be able to identify with. come identify those, because that's gonna identify your light so that you can make sure your light switch is on. And once your light is on, as you're walking in that light, all the other things will be attracted to you. Everything. And it will be attracted to you that in a way that's resonant to who you truly are. Sometimes we attract things like money, spouses, all this type of stuff. We're attracting them from a space where our light ain't really on like that. Does that make sense? So then you attracting things in your life, but why I'm attracting this? And I got, okay, you attracted money, but it came through this. And that ain't really you like that. You attracted a spouse, but it got this, but it don't got, you, because you got to get that light turned on. But how you going to get that light turned on if you don't know about that light and you can't live it out? How do we turn on that light? We identify the switches that turn it on and live those things out. So now the light is vibrating. So you attract your money through you, through who you are. You attract your spouse through who you are. You attract all of these material things. Don't worry about that. That comes. And the beautiful part is it's going to come in a way that matches you, that's sustainable, where you can, your peace, power, and joy can sustain even through the tides, even through the tides. That's what we want. I pray that's what we want. I think that's what we want. So this is that beautiful time to do that. So I feel if we take this 7-day period plus the Lionsgate, so we got like really a few weeks of this kind of work, and we really identify, put it up on your wall, really identify with these qualities. And I think a beautiful challenge is to see the qualities that you don't necessarily like, or I should say the traits that you don't necessarily like, and see the beauty in those, because you still show up as that. If there are those, if you still have traits about yourself that constantly show up that you don't like, find what's the good in it though. What's the good in it, if it's any? And if it's not any good in it, then you already know what you need to release, because it's not you like that. It's not even you. So you need to find out what can transmute that trait. What quality can transmute that trait, and then live that out. And then, so now you can ask yourself every day before you go to bed, did I live out being me? Was I loving today? Was I nurturing today? Was I committed today? Was I disciplined today? Was it okay? I lived out my light. In that situation, were you you? In that circumstance, were you you? In that hot spot, did you still continue? We can be us when it's a happy, everything is going good. Oh man, our light is shining like a mug, like woo, wah, wah, wah. Like you are you, baby. You are shining as you. But what happens when that wave get a little turbulent? Are you still you? What happens when that anxiety get intense? When that circumstance get a little shaky where I don't see how it's going to work out? So this is setting the intention to truly embody you. I feel that's our ultimate divine assignment for this new moon. We have other little things that we can continue to do from the assignments we've had for the last other few moons, making sure we're continue to be a good steward of our resources, making sure we are dropping in our heart, living from our heart space, applying our divine alchemy, making sure that we're doing all those different things still apply. But the assignment that we want to focus in on as we are still doing those things is making sure as we are in this portal, this phase of birthing this new earth, this energy of, it's really an interesting type of portal. As we are in that, We are not continuing to birth some of the same stuff over and over again. And if that's the will of God, it is. I won't argue with it. But if God is talking to you at all to make some changes, to do some transformation, to walk in your light, to vibe higher, to be happier, to exercise your power, to get some more clarity, if God is calling you in any of those ways, be obedient. This will help you. It gives you a standard to live up to. Now, how does this apply to that personal sovereignty? This becomes your personal supreme power. Your power is you. It resides in you and it manifests itself through you as you, meaning as how you come in this world, as you. Exactly how you were made, how you were created, how you vibe, how you think, exactly as you. That's your power. So when you are in places where you can't be you, and you know you're not being you, if you're stuck in places of anger, fear, resentment, shame, guilt, worry, anxiety, any of those different things, powerlessness, all of those different things, you're not being you. Because if you were walking in you wouldn't be, those would not be a part of your walk. If that makes sense. Did that make sense? Are we clear? So are we clear on the assignment? I want y'all to just reflect on this. I'm gonna try to get this up in the up on YouTube ASAP so that I can send you the link so you can re-listen. Just listen back at it. Really vibe. You know, I was in reflection. I'm gonna do the exercise on the new moon meditation call. So I won't share what the exercise is gonna be, but we're gonna do it on the call on Saturday evening. But after I did that exercise, it's like it brings so much clarity, you know, because you can have so much going on in life, but it gives you a level of focus. Okay, I got this and that going on, but now as I face this situation that may be tough for me to deal with, maybe a hard pill for me to swallow, am I being me in this situation though? Am I letting the ego take me out of myself? Am I being loving in this? Am I being nurturing in this? Am I being righteous? Whatever. Am I being spirit led in this? Am I handling this from a place where I'm being spirit led? Or am I being ego led? Because I am spirit led. I am nurturing. I am loving. I am encouraging. I am understanding. Whatever it is, I figure it out. I am. I notice that this is what I am. This is how I show up. This is how I vibe in my most highest frequency. Now I can judge, am I? And that is my gauge of whether I'm accomplishing, being successful or not. Nothing else gauges it. The amount of dollars in my account don't tell you that. The amount of people who know me, the amount of what, none of that tells me, am I forward moving? Am I being quote unquote successful? Am I accomplishing? What tells me whether I have led a good day today is, did I shine my light today as me through anything that I'm dealing with? Okay, if I did that, all is well. All is well. As long as I'm shining my light, all is well. Things will take care of themselves. Finances will take care of themselves. The assignments I have will take care of themselves. The duties that I've been given will take care of themselves. All other stuff will take care of themselves. I'll be guided in the right ways. I'll be divinely inspired in certain ways. Whatever it may be, it's going to take care of itself. I'm not going to be too concerned about those things. What I will be concerned about is, am I showing up? Is my light being shown every day? Or is it hid in a bushel? Say la. That's the assignment, y'all. Leo energy, so it's a very much so solar plexus. Let's focus in. If you're doing any breath work, meditation, gemstones, candles, anything, vibe with your solar plexus. This is a great time for you to open up that solar plexus, for you to see yourself as the sun, for you to do your fire breaths, for you to focus energy on doing your, if you're a Reiki person of Reiki, put some Reiki in when you comes to your solar plexus, sun gaze, sunbathe, all of this fiery type energy. This is the time for that. Solar plexus is that focus for there. Also, making sure your fire is for purification and not to burn. So if you are, so being careful with your tongue, being careful with that hot nature, being careful with allowing your ego to get away from you when fire does ignite, allowing any fire that ignites to help continue to purify you and motivate you to shine your light. Let it be a motivator, not something that takes you off of your square or throws you off of your game. No. If any fire shows up, which in this kind of time right now, we're in this Lion's Gate, we got this Leo energy, it is prone to have some fiery moments, some fiery times. So be humble in it. Be humble. Don't let your ego get away from you. Be humble in the fire. Be like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, shouting. If you know that story. There's somebody else down there in the fire. Absolutely. My Lord is with me. What lords me? This world does not lord me. My circumstances does not lord me. My fears do not lord me. None of that lords me. So working with that solar plexus, but making sure as you work with it, you're amplifying the glory of God through that ashe, through that power, personal power. As you work with that solar plexus, don't be amplifying the devil. Because whatever in you, once you're working with that solar plexus, it radiates outside of you. I'm just saying that, you know. So make sure as you're working with that solar plexus energy, you're also working with it with a light heart, with a mind of divine mindedness, with the mind of appreciation of God and God's glory, with a reminder of the reality of God in life, and just in a space of gratitude as you're working with that solar plexus. So you're radiating from that place. All right, that's it. I've given it all I got. I'm giving it all I got. Any questions? Is the assignment clear? I'll let y'all know if I end up doing something for the 888. I'll let y'all know. But are we good? Give me enough. Give me a thumbs up. We good? Ashe. Okay, I got me a thumbs up. All right, give thanks, give thanks. All right, well, if all hearts and minds are clear, we're going to go ahead and close. We give thanks for, since all hearts and minds are clear, give thanks. We give thanks for this moment in time. We give thanks for our divine assignment. May we be able to truly see ourselves, which essentially is seeing you through us so that we can really shine our light. May, as we all go through life as it is, everything it comes with the ups, the downs that we look at, the ebbs and the flows. May we still be able to stand in our glory, stand in our light, stand in God's light, stand in our privilege, stand in our duties and our assignments as children of God, as alchemists, as divine beings, as individuals who know the power and the reality of God in all things. May we be easily reminded. May our mind merge with God's mind. May our heart merge with God's heartedness. May we give over. May we become one with. May we integrate with divine mindedness and divine beingness and live in this divine body. We give thanks for the assistance that this will bring us, for the peace that it will bring us, the joy, the abundance, the breakthroughs that it will give us. And we also acknowledge that we don't do it just for self and just for the glory. We do it because it is our divine purpose to live out the light of God through us as us. We give thanks for that assignment. May the Most High make it easy for us. Ashe, amen. Amen, 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 amen. All right, give thanks.